started talking. Like I just gotten some of the craziest responses, like I don't know, it's just thrown me this month. I can't even think of any right now. But as far as like price objections, and people have like gone so far as to go in and create an account and put everything in their cart and tell me they ordered and then they didn't. It has just been a very weird, very strange month. I finally hit Success Club today, and Success Club 5, and which is good. But man, I had to work my butt off for it.
That's unusual for you.
It has been lately. Yeah, it has been. I had to work hard for it. I have been inviting every single day, which I do anyways, but I have stepped it up. And it has just been, I've had people contact me and then just ignore me. Like people contact me and then ignore me. It's just been really, really odd. And that's okay, because like I told one of my friends, I said, it's a challenge. And it really, really makes me I had gotten kind of comfortable. I'll be honest. I had really gotten kind of comfortable just doing my daily posts and, like working with you guys and just letting it happen, and it really kind of made me lazy in some ways. But this has definitely forced me back outside my little box. I've had to get a little more creative. Like I wrote that blog post today about the cost of Shakeology and the challenge pack. And that was kind of outside my comfort zone because I felt like I was being a little territorial. Did you read it, Hope?
Yes.
Did it sound ugly? Like I felt like, I don't know.
No.
Okay.
But I believe in the stuff. So
right. Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, if everybody gave me a price objection and I just said, okay, well, if you change your mind, I don't think I would be doing what I set out to do, which is to help people. And I feel like, if I have to explain it a little bit more, then so be it. And that's kind of what I had to do. And that was a little uncomfortable for me because I may seem very aggressive and outgoing, but I can be a little bit of a pushover. Like if I meet resistance, I can definitely back away, and I don't think that that's always beneficial to people. So anyways, all that to say, I'm right there with you this month, and I understand what you're going through. I may be a little more comfortable explaining things and handling objections, but it has been hard for me, and I will readily admit that. But all that to say, if you're inviting and you're doing everything, then you have questions, like Brooke was asking me questions today about how to respond to somebody, that is what I'm here for. I would love to talk with each of you one-on-one every week, because I only have like 5 working coaches, and some of them don't even really work that much, so I don't mind. I would love to help you guys. And I get ideas from you guys sometimes too. So it's good. But if you're getting no's, which I know you are, just invite more people, keep conversations going. But if you get a hard no, if you just get a leave me alone, or I'm just not going to do it this month, just keep inviting. That is my biggest piece of advice. And I can't tell you, I've said it time and again, I can't tell you how many no's eventually turn into yeses. People that I talked to back in September, in the past few months have become challengers because they've just decided that they've got to do it. Most people are scared. A lot of people are scared. Just think about when you got started. I'm still scared. I'm still scared of failing, or, like when there are times when I go through in my own health where I don't get it, I fall off the wagon, and it makes me doubt myself. And, think about that. Think about people who have done that for years and years and years, and they're just scared to try again, so you have to be somebody that they trust. And again, I always go back to this. That's where the consistency pays off. If you're posting every day, if you're focusing on your own health and fitness, and then they're going to trust you more. Okay. One thing I want you guys to do is, and this is something I have to do sometimes, go back and look at your page. Look at your Facebook page or whatever social media page you're using to market. Do your posts look interesting? Do you sound excited about what you're doing? Do you sound like you believe in what you're doing or what you're saying? If your posts or your pictures, are they blurry? Are they too dark? Should you add text to them? I'll be honest, I didn't really start to gain that much following on my daily posts until I started adding text to them, and started kind of attracting people with what I actually said on the picture first. I think a workout picture is something that people are going to stop and look at. But, lots of people post a picture of themselves in front of the mirror or lifting weights or something, is there something that you could add to it to make people stop and read what you have to say? That's a big one. And, that it doesn't have to be anything fancy, it could just be anything. Those like Photofy takes forever to work. I don't know. What do you use whenever you do your pictures? Do you do Photofy?
I do Photofy, but I also have, just for quick, then I would probably do, what's that one?
Okay, I'm typing too in the comments here because some of them are, okay.
There's one called PixArt on my phone.
Okay, WordSwag and Rona Design. I had to pay for Rona Design. It was only a couple dollars, but it is awesome. And it already has like all these little catchy phrases on it and then the neat designs. And you just basically pick one and it adds it to it, and you can save it as is and upload it. It is awesome. So Rona Design is a good one. Can y'all see that? Where I type that in the chat part. So, think about that if you're posting a picture, and guys, look, I can't stress this enough. Like, I've seen so many people, like other coaches will follow me and, I've looked at some of y'all's and I've gone back and looked at some of mine. And if you look, I know some days our point is that we're tired, and that we don't feel like it. But, if you look like you are mad at the world or that you hate drinking your Shakeology or something like that, people are not going to want to do it with you. And that's, just, are you passionate? Are you excited about what you're doing? That comes through in your posts. And have fun. Oh my goodness, have fun with it. Both of you, just you two guys here on the call, you both have such cool personalities. Like whenever I get to talk with you one-on-one, you're fun and you say funny things. And it's just, be who you are in your posts. And people are so, so very attracted to that. And let's see. And I know that a lot of that comes back to like our hesitation to put ourselves out there and put our personality out there, is we're afraid that people are going to criticize us. But you guys, people are going to criticize you about something anyways. It may not be people on social media. It may not be people in your challenge groups, but people are going to criticize you. There are some people out there that's just what they do. You could be living life, you could be Jesus and they would still criticize you. It's just part of life. Don't take it personally. If you're going to let, other people dictate how you do this business, then I wouldn't do it. And I'm not saying that either if y'all have done that, but I'm just saying I've spoken to a lot of people on other calls and training calls that I've done. They're so worried about what other people are going to think or what they're going to say. But if your motivation is pure, you're doing it for the right reasons, just do it. Move past it and go forward. Don't look back. That's my biggest piece of advice. And that's something that I definitely had to work through. And I still do. You know what I get the most nervous about posting is like when I quote scripture, or when I feel like I share something that I feel like God has laid on my heart. I feel like, what if people think I'm just being churchy? What if they think that that doesn't make any sense? God didn't tell her that. And I know that is Satan. I know that for a fact, that is Satan. But, it's just, I still worry about it, but I just push forward. Anyways, I don't know why I shared that, but that's, and this business is not designed to make you feel inferior or inadequate. And I think it really can. We get so self-conscious and so intimidated, maybe compare ourselves to what other people are doing and say, I can't do that. But, you get out of it what you put into it. And if you put yourself into it, like if you put you, Hope, and you, Mary, into it, then that's what people are going to see. And it's not about comparing yourself to other people. But it definitely takes sacrifice. It takes, I'm up late. I would rather be in my bed sitting next to Matt reading a book, but this is one night that I have to stay up late, and it's worth it because I want to help you guys succeed. And you help me succeed. It's a win-win for all of us. I used to sit in bed and watch TV every night, like watch one show a night, and I don't do that anymore. And that's okay because I'm usually when I go to bed, I may read some of my professional development book, and this is better for me than maybe watching reruns of Grey's Anatomy. Definitely. But, I definitely encourage you, definitely get outside your comfort zone, even if that means, having to give something up. One thing Melanie said to me, my coach, pretty early on, it was on a team call, she said she could remember going to a parent breakfast or something and skipping the donuts because she knew that potential challengers were watching her, people that she'd had conversations with were watching her, and I don't eat clean all the time, and if I want to eat a donut, by golly, I'll eat a donut. But I do think about being consistent with what I'm saying on social media and what I do when people don't see me, when they see me outside of social media. So it's just things like that when I'm talking about sacrifices, that it's just remember why you started. If you started to lose weight and get healthy, then do it. If you started to have more income and to be able to spend more time with your family, then do it. And just be creative, express yourself, and be interesting, because that's what people are drawn to. And everybody that is a coach on my team is very, very interesting. I know that from personal experience. I know from speaking one-on-one with you guys. And I know that some of you are shy. I'm shy in a lot of ways, but I kind of hide it. But, just be you, and I know that people will be drawn to you. But one thing, so with that, what are you guys dealing with? Do you have any conversations or any specific invites that you need help with, or do you need ideas about inviting people or adding to social media? Do you need any ideas? Anything? Mary, have you?
My biggest thing,
Go ahead, Hope. Sorry.
My biggest thing is I guess when people respond and they just say, no, thank you, not right now, or it's too expensive, maybe later, I'm hesitant to push back, because I don't want to sound like, well, you should do this because,
right.
And I don't know quite how to word it. I just usually say, okay, thank you, and
right. Okay.
Keep in touch,
So you say they say it's too expensive. Do they say that after you've told them all about the challenge group? And when do you tell them what the price is? If they ask you right off the bat, do you tell them right away?
Well, usually I'd say it depends on, what kind of program you use.
Yeah.
Very rarely have I had somebody ask me straight up. There's a lot of people that I contact, that I can tell they've been following me because they know what I'm talking about. But one person I thought probably would, she didn't respond. So I gave her a couple of days and responded back, and she had made an account, but she didn't go any further with it. So I followed back up with her, and she just said it was a little bit too expensive for her right now.
Okay. For those people. Were you talking about the fix?
I told them, that's what I did. But I told them, there were other workouts, and we could find something that was interesting, for them.
Yeah.
Based on what they like to do.
Yeah. Well, if somebody says it's too expensive, I usually say, I understand, you know, and I don't say, well, you should buy it because of this and it comes out to this and this and that. Usually I just kind of tell, you know, like what I thought. I just say, I understand. I thought it was really expensive in the beginning. You know, if you want me to follow up whenever the 21-day fix goes on sale, I would be happy to. Sometimes I offer sales, you know, would you be interested if I do that? And if they say yes, I would, you know, write that out next to their name and follow up with them. And honestly hope, you know, like I had kind of forgotten this because I didn't need to do it for a while. But if you get a lot of price objections, then I would, and it's usually about Shakeology, right? You know, the price objection is always Shakeology. I would, you know, post stories like from your challengers, or I can give you some from my challengers, or post your own stories about what it's done for you, about your health. You know, I did that, you know, that day I did the one about my roots on my hair. Did you see that? Okay. I got like, I sold like 10 Shakeology samples. So just, yeah, and you can talk about price objection. Jessica did a good one day. I can't remember what she said exactly, but you know, she put something out there about how, you know, she gets a lot of price objections, and you don't even have to say that. Just, you know, say, when I first started drinking Shakeology, I thought it was really expensive. You can break it down, like how much it costs a day. You can post a picture of the ingredients, you know, on that. I think in that blog post I wrote today, I had that one about, it's not about how many carbs or proteins, it's about this down here. You know, it's, you know, just talk about whatever you feel led to, whatever suits your personality. But like, I love to share, because I get challengers all the time that say, you know, I went to the hairdresser and my hairdresser is like, what have you been doing to your hair? You know, what have you done different? Talk about your blood pressure, Hope. You know, I mean, I know a lot of it's the clean eating and the weight loss, but you know, Shakeology has been a part of that, you know. So when you get a lot of objections like that, address it kind of openly, you know, on social media. If you don't feel like you can say, well, you know, you just bought a new Michael Kors purse, but you won't spend $130.
Right.
You know, so address it openly. And I struggle with that. I think, like I said, writing that blog post today, I kind of wanted to be like, you guys drive BMWs. Why won't you spend $100 on a shake that's going to keep you from dying? You know, I mean, like, I struggle with that. But anyways, you know, if you address it and don't overkill, obviously, I don't talk about Shakeology a lot, honestly, but when I do get lots of objections to it, I'll post, and it could even just be about, and make it interesting. Again, you know, lots of people just post pictures with their Shakeology cup, but take a picture of you drinking it. Take a picture of you mixing it up. Take a picture of you letting your kids have some of it. You know, that's a big thing. A lot of people think that it's got stuff in it that their kids or their family can have, you know, but just get creative. You know, and you can Google like images of Shakeology, and it might give you some ideas, you know, but I would definitely do that. And obviously, like I said, just ask, say, well, be understanding, and say, well, if you have any questions, or if you want to do a free group with me, or you could offer the Shakeology sampler, you know, that's a good one. If they want to try it, you know, a lot of people try it and they love it. So you could try that Shakeology Super Sampler and say, hey, if you want to try the Shakeology Super Sampler, what is it, like $30? I could help you put a meal plan together for 1 week, and then you could see what you think. I'm saying that, but that's an idea. What, Mary?
Well, I have one person who had tried. The first time, she's my best friend's cousin, and so when we get together, she first asked me about it back in football season, back in like September, October, when I had first become a coach. So, I had talked to her, and at that time, she couldn't, it was a price objection.
Yeah.
So I just let it, I said, okay, I understand, you know. And so then, in the past week, I had saw her back in February,
Uh-huh.
and so she was interested in patio. Cause I think in February it was on sale.
It's on sale now too.
Yeah, and so she had Facebooked me this past week about it, but she was like, "Well, it's so expensive." And I was like, yeah, I understand that. And I'm like, well, Pilot's on sale this month too. And because it was on sale at the same time I saw it the last time. And she was like, I understand. And I'm just getting the price objection from
Yeah.
the same person. I don't want to be mean and say, well, it's the same price as it was the last time, but I don't know if
Have you broken it down? Like, have you said, like, and like I said, because I didn't buy Shakeology at first. And I tell people that. That's exactly what I say when I get the price objection. I say, I understand. I didn't even buy Shakeology at first. It took me like a couple months before I would even try it. But then whenever, my coach broke it down for me and explained, it's $4 a day. It's actually like $3 a day when you buy it in the challenge pack. I say, I spent $5 or $6 on my way to work every morning buying breakfast, or I spent more than $4 on Diet Cokes every day, and that's kind of how I realized that if I was really going to make a change, then it was worth it to give up that chicken and biscuit or those Diet Cokes and replace it with something like Shakeology that was going to help me. And, if you say all that and they're still like, no, well, then you've done what you can, and they may just keep, like I said, posting on social media about what it does for you, what it does for your challengers. Talk about, share recipes that have Shakeology in it. Do free groups and have Shakeology in your meal plans. People, if they really want to do it, they come around and they realize the value of it. Okay, does that help?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just so frustrating.
It is frustrating. I'm almost a year into a coach, and I've gotten so many objections this month about price, and I just want to scream. Like the ugly non-Christian Rachel wants to come out and be like, "You're stupid," but I understand though, and that's the horrible part is I understand because I did the exact same thing, but I'm on the other side of it now, and you kind of have to put yourself on their side of it. And realize that, I didn't want to buy it in the beginning. But anyways, what else? Y'all got anything else? Those are good questions. Oh, I had a question for y'all. I just got off of a good call with one of the top coaches, and she does things so differently than Melanie does. And I have learned from Melanie. And there's some things that I've questioned, but I've just done it because it worked for Melanie. But this is one thing I wanted to ask you guys. Okay, so, you go through these coach training boot groups, whatever, and y'all are, bless your hearts, like my guinea pigs. I'm kind of learning about coaching other coaches through you guys, and you are so patient and so kind with me. But, like, this coach said that she does not do like a 30-day coach basics group. She basically does like a get started right call and tells them what to start working on and how to get their coaching business kicked off. And she might go through like 7 days of a coach basics, and then she just kind of sends them out to do their thing. They have weekly calls like this, and then they schedule one-on-one calls with her every week. Do you feel like that would have worked better for you, or do you like the 30-day coach basics group, or do you feel like you're just like inundated with it, overwhelmed with information?
Well, I'm first out of school, so I'm just trying to study for my national registry right now.
Yeah.
So it's really, really, really hard for me to get really committed to this coach basic group, because in order for me to get a job, I have to pass the test. And so, I may be overthinking this test, but I'd rather overthink it than not at all. But, I so badly want to be so involved in this coach basic group. I think a week would be enough. I think the first coach basic group I did was a week.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was coach basic group. Yeah, I think it was, but Melanie did it.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Okay. Hope, what about you?
I honestly don't know
Okay.
because I only knew the other.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. You know, I mean, she basically said that it's, oops, sorry. That it, they have to go out after she kind of arms them with all this information. They have to go out and make it happen, and they all check in every week and ask questions and all that stuff. But okay, that's fine. That's fine. I don't know what the right thing is, but I feel like the 30 days, like, I mean,
think
most
it'd be
of y'all,
different for different people.
yeah, and like y'all, you communicate with me, but you don't really communicate in the Coach Basics group. And see, the Coach Basics group I went through, it was bigger, obviously, because it was Melanie's, but there were so many people that posted, and it kind of gave me ideas, and that's how I met Christina and Jill. Like, it's different. Like, the dynamics were different for me. So I don't know. I want to do what's best for new coaches and help y'all to get started right. But I just want to make sure that anyways. But I thought that was interesting. She does it totally different than Melanie, like totally. And she's like the number 2 coach now. So, it just goes to show you can do it different ways. You don't have to do it the way I do it or the way that Christina does it or whatever, but, make it you, definitely. I think that's the most important part. So, so y'all are inviting every day. Are you reading? And, as far as your daily posts, I was talking about your pictures and putting text on there, what you write, definitely mix that up too. Try to write about something motivational to inspire people. And a lot of times, guys, I can't say it enough, that comes from your professional development. Look, I'm going to open up my compound effect and I'm going to read things that I underlined and wrote in my early posts. Compound effect on page 53. Your life is the product of your moment-to-moment choices. Obviously that's kind of long, but I would write something like that on my image. Losing is a habit, so is winning. I've written that on my images before. Your content, your motivation, your inspiration for other people is going to come from this. So, like, I can't stress enough, read 2 pages of the compound effect. You're going to find something in there that you can motivate other people. And it obviously is supposed to motivate you as well. But, use it, do it, take advantage of it. Like here's on chapter 2, the first page, it says, our choices can be our best friend or our worst enemy. And then talk about how, bad choices in the past have messed you up and how your good choices since starting a challenge group or becoming a coach have impacted your life. Your choices, you make your choices, then your choices make you. That's another one. So, that's like, I can't, that's why we say professional development every single day, because it's going to fuel you and it's going to fuel your business. Okay. And this one, I think I've already shared this, but this Make It Happen, I ordered it from that If website, and it is so good. It's all about fear, why you fear things, why you're afraid of change. I like mine, afraid of failing, begin anywhere, begin right where you are. That's all stuff that I have used to craft my posts every single morning. So dig into that. Made to Crave is an awesome one. You can't go wrong with Made to Crave either. I mean, it's so good, not just for your post, but just to keep you going on your own personal fitness journey. So guys, keep inviting. Jill said something about exporting all your Facebook contacts into an Excel sheet. Would you guys find that helpful in like inviting? Like to be able to go through it and just pick a name and start a conversation? I'm going to ask her to post that in the Coach Basics group. Hey, is that a dog? Is that your dog, Mary?
Yeah, I know. I'll get it. So you can say.
Funny. All right, guys. Well, that's all I've got. But Sunday night, 8:30 is our Coach Basics call. And just, ask me questions. Hey, Hope, do you want to do that in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Rachel.
Yeah.
Where are we staying in Nashville?
We are staying at the inn, the Gaylord, the inn at Opryland or something like that. I'll forward you guys the reservation.
Okay.
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 All right, guys.
Mom, we're gonna have to leave today.
Christina and I are leaving at like 5 o'clock because we have a training at 9 o'clock. You guys, I think I posted about that in our team page. You can do that 9 o'clock training. It's with our larger, like the dream team, like Melanie and them are leading it. It's $15 if there's still space available. That's at 9 o'clock that morning. So we're going to leave at 5. You're welcome to ride with us, or you can come later. I think the other stuff doesn't start until later that day. So that's kind of up to you. I would love for you guys to go to that training with us because it's going to be good. I know it is. So, yeah, we're going to leave at 5 that Thursday morning.
Okay, my mom bought me the ticket. She bought it home the other day. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I told her that I wanted to go. So
Yeah. And that brings up another thing. I'm going to do a coach sneak peek next week. So if you have people Hope, if you've got challengers you think that might be interested in coaching or even doing it just to pay for their Shakeology, or if you know somebody that might need the extra money, just invite them. They can go into my sneak peek and I'll post something every day and then you can follow up with them and I'll put you in there too. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will talk to you guys soon. Okay.
Okay.
Good night.